Good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Puerto Rico, in Fajardo. We are just getting ready to fire everything up, to leave, to head down. We're gonna go down. We were gonna go to the north side of Puerto Rico and up to Turks and Caicos, but now we're gonna go to the south side and just kind of take a couple days and anchor along the way. We're waiting for a weather window through the Mona Passage. And it's crazy. I was just thinking about it. We're 5 years in, and every time we like fire up the engines and get ready to leave, still get nervous. Just not like way nervous, just enough to keep me focused, I guess. Maybe that's by design, maybe it's just my personality, but am I the only one? Does anyone else experience that? Other boaters? Anyway, we gotta get cranking.
The scroll means record, right?
If it's winking, just watch your depth. So far, the day was going well, just peachy. So I can't see, it's so sunny. It's insane out here. There's like very little wind and it's calm and glassy. This is like the first cruise we've had down in the Caribbean, even though we're in Puerto Rico, that has been just enjoyable. Like, these are the moments that we live for on the water. We're praying for just a smooth, easy day, a calm anchorage tonight. We have a davit that works, a generator that's fixed. And guess what? When everything broke, we didn't freak out, we stayed calm. This is what time does. Experience, time, and going through every problem you could imagine, through hurricanes, through weather, through good days and bad days, to get to this moment where you can say, we've got this. It's pretty awesome. I know, amen to that, kiddo. So Rennie, tell everyone we're waiting for the Mona Passage to clear up. Can you say that?
We're waiting for the Mona Passage to clear up.
Yeah, because right now, guess how big the waves are? 12 feet. So should we wait?
Definitely. I haven't did cruising for a while, so I would get really.
Yeah.
Mona Passage.
So from the point in Puerto Rico to Turks and Caicos, it's like a day and a half.
Yeah, no, we're not going. We're going to the boat.
We're gonna wait for weather.
How's the weather today?
Good.
So for feel like the last hour I have just spent dodging crab pots. I feel like I'm in Maine again, which I'm not. But still, this day's been amazing. Not a complaint. Our friends Malcolm and Hermes at the Coast Guard came up to him and questioned him. I think they just wanted to admire the boat, but so far for us, so good.
We made it, we're here. What is this? There's someone on the other line of this, and I have a volume control problem with my voice, and I just blew out the other headset. So, only ones here. Deserted island with a lighthouse for the night. So we just have to anchor and come in. Hey, guess what though? Funny story happened. This boat here, there's a pump. It's not totally failed, but it's leaking. It would be totally fine for a while, until he got back to Florida or something like that. I'm sure it'd be fine for a long time. He just has to keep on cleaning up the leak slowly. But because he can, he had an Uber driver drive from San Juan all the way over here. That's probably like, what do you think that is, Brooke? That's probably like an hour and a half drive, an hour drive or something like that. An hour? Uber? Driving a pump over? I mean, first world problems. It's amazing. Puerto Rico, you can get a lot done in Puerto Rico, that's for sure. It's a hard decision where we're gonna end up, but it's gonna be right there, right there. That's where we're gonna go. The anchor has a weird like pattern. This isn't how I normally do it. I normally don't get dressed inside like this, but I'm gonna go check it. See if it's still, we're trying to figure out how the logic of the whole thing makes sense. This is not a good interview location here, bro.
I'll explain it. You go get it. Do you want to take a GoPro?
We just don't have time to grab it.
Alright, well then you can report. Don't get run over. I think Malcolm might be... Yeah. They're both coming over. So just wait a second. They're coming over here. Alright, so we'll see what you find down there. This is a weird situation. Like, it's fine. We're fine like this. But I want to know what's going on.
Just to know.
Yeah. Just to know.
Just to know.
Don't sound excited about it.
And to swim. Okay.
Have fun. See what you can see. Woo! So basically what happened is I usually do the driving and then he'll drop the anchor. So we pull up to our spot and we drop the anchor and just pay out, you know, 100 feet of chain or whatever. And then we wait for a second, pay out another, I think today it was like another 60 feet of chain. So we have 160 feet of chain, and then we back down on it just to make sure it is hooked. And so it was very weird. Like, it seemed like it was skipping and jumping, but we weren't really moving back. So it was like holding, but it had the sound of skipping and jumping, which makes me think that the chain on the bottom was hitting rocks, maybe? Hitting rocks or moving rocks or snagging on something. And so when you look at our chart, we're not paid back. I drop a man overboard point, and we're not paid back all the way that we should be compared to how much chain we let out. Probably won't make sense to a lot of people if you don't boat, but pretty much this situation just doesn't add up and we want to know why. It's either caught on rocks or I calculated things wrong, which I don't think I did because I've done this a million times. So we'll see what Braden finds. What'd you find?
There's a lot of big rocks.
Yeah.
Just wrapped around rocks.
The chain is?
But
you can see it wrapped?
I can't see that deep, but I can see a lot of rocks.
But can you see it wrapped or can you see the chain around rocks?
No, but I know there's rocks down there. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I can't get there's no visibility.
So do you think our anchor is hooked at all?
Yeah, I think it's hooked. I mean, it was coming all the way out of the water, so I think it's fine.
It could just be hooked on rocks. Do you think we're gonna have a hard time pulling it up in the morning? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow. No, I don't think so though. I think it'll be okay.
All right.
Okay, good morning. Look, first time I've seen the sunrise in a long time actually. We woke up this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh, it feels a little warmer out here. What's going on? The generator stopped. So I hate to explain these things because I feel like we've had one thing after another happen, and I feel like it's, I feel like I could take some blame on it. I don't know how I would have prevented this. I feel like everything was pretty well maintained down there, but I feel like that's how it's gonna come across when I present it. It's gonna be like, Braden, why is all this happening? You're not managing the ship very well. Why is this going on? And I swear that's not what's happening. We are moving quickly and I have less time to work on things, and it's interesting. So when we put the alternator in, the alternator yesterday was, did I get to the point that the generator stopped? And so I went down there and it was just boiling hot. So my guess is it overheated. We have water flow in there. I checked the impellers, we checked the strainer. That stuff all looks fine, but it was hotter than it normally is, and there was no coolant in there. So the coolant hose had a slight pinhole leak in it, which I can maybe show later, and that overheated it. That coolant draining overheated everything. So we're gonna go and fix that. It looks like that alternator that I have is just a slightly larger housing than the old alternator, and that is pushing up against the hose that runs the coolant through the engine, and it's created a small slice in it because it's pushing up so hard against there that the inside lip, if I'm explaining this good enough, is slicing it from the inside. So it's not even a matter of just putting chafe guard in. And I gotta be careful about how I do it because I only have just a little bit more coolant. Well, I have a lot, but I don't wanna use the pre-diluted coolant. I wanna use the coolant that's already diluted, that's already mixed, because I don't have, what's it called? Oh gosh. Ah man, I was just texting back and forth, but I don't have the stinking water that's perfect, right? And the bottled water, what is it called? Like the medical grade water that they got. Oh my goodness. It's I can't figure out, I can't recall the name right now, but oh, it's gonna bug me. All right, well, I don't want to go Google it. I can't figure out the name, but it's the same water that you put in golf cart batteries and the batteries and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But so I'm gonna go try to figure out what the best fix is to try to figure out how to make this alternator not touch the belt. I'm not sure if I can do that because I think it's bigger. I don't think it's the right size. And I can't use the old one, even though it works, because the bushing is so big, it's just gonna wobble all the mounts off wrong again. But we need a generator. So you can see the slight hole right there, and that's where the alternator rubs up against.
Seriously?
I remember the word. What's the word?
Distilled water. Reverse? Okay, just tap that. So that's all sargassum. It's like the Great Wall of sargassum. So I'm going around it just because it's pretty thick. So I'm guessing Braden filled you in this morning. We woke up to the generator stopping. We're trying to go in. It's called Cabo Rojo. It's on the western side of Puerto Rico, but they have no slips available. So we're gonna anchor just south of that in a little bay called Boquerón, and then we're going to dinghy to Cabo Rojo, get an Uber, get to an AutoZone or wherever, Pep Boys, to try to get the parts we need to fix this generator. Because without a generator at anchor, we lose power. So that is the mission for today. It's always something. Okay, Brad, do you need me to grab something?
I want you to grab that
Thing. It's a baby. Sleeping baby.
Keep your money, give me the baby.
Yeah, can we just keep him in there? Yeah. Instead of taking him out here, put him right here.
Why are you filming that?
Put him point that way so the wind doesn't blow.
Yeah, right here. I got it. I'll stay good. Okay, I'm gonna film. So what a day. What's been happening today?
So we just went to Pep Boys and we got some hose
For what?
for the generator. I filmed that earlier, so you'll have video
so we
of that.
have that.
And it was quite a trip. So Uber kind of works here.
Kinda.
It worked on the way to Pep Boys. It just didn't work on the way home at all. So we had to call a local taxi driver, and
He was great.
he was sure giggly though. It kind of made me worried.
Nah,
He laughed at everything.
that's okay. He's just a jolly old man.
Yeah, now we're going back. I'm gonna get this thing fixed. Hopefully
It's
the engine's a little bit cooler.
sunset. It's sunset, so we're gonna get back hopefully right in time. So I'm gonna turn this video off so we can race home before it's pitch black. Hopefully, yeah, we fixed everything and we're on our way tomorrow morning to Turks. Good night. So the footage you're about to see seems jumbled because it was. You're about to witness when real crap goes down on the boat. Our worst nightmare and fear happened tonight. At about 9:30 p.m., we were lifting the dinghy onto the deck and the davit quit working mid-lift. The dinghy was dangling 8 feet above the chocks or the cradle. We obviously didn't film that part because we were scrambling to figure it out. You can only imagine what was running through our heads in a remote anchorage with no marinas and no help around. We're cutting in where we slightly figured it out and lowered it to where it was just hanging above the cradle.
It's a lot lower than it was, but Brooke, mighty Brooke, is up there doing the winch. It's okay, it's over, it's too hot. But what we figured out is if you hit the pump a little bit, it tends to work for just a second. Okay, Brooke, how's it on the bow? How close is it? Is it gonna land on the rail? It is gonna land on the rail? Okay, you gotta try to push it back. Forget the lines, okay? Forget the tag lines. Okay, you gotta try to push it back towards the, not so much, you want the bow to almost touch, okay? You only have one shot though, we gotta get it lined up, okay? Hold on. You just have to push it away from the rail, or I just don't want it to sit on the rail. Okay, and then we just have one shot to get it landed. 2 inches over the rail. If it lands right there, is it just gonna be kissing the rail? Not putting too much weight on it? Not gonna try to do it yet? Okay. All right, I'm coming up to take a look. Hold on. Oh my goodness. So this is a tip from Dorona that Malcolm read. I don't know if it's supposed to spark, but it's down and I'm not on fire. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, no, go to the front. Go
Okay.
to the very front. When I pull it away, you gotta tell me if that's gonna be enough. Okay?
Okay, wait, hold on. I mean, the thing is that you just want to be able to just get by Just a little bit right here.
No, I need you to look at the front. I need to know how hard to pull. That's all I'm saying.
I can't see the front from this angle.
That's what I'm saying. I can't see it either.
I can't. Well, you can, because you could go over there. How do I get over there?
Don't climb in it. That's all I have to say.
You know what, Brooke? It's okay. Just you just don't want it to hit the rail on the back. Okay, just don't worry about it.
But I can't tell if it's gonna hit the rail. I can't see it.
This rail right here. You just don't want that back to hit the rail. It will be. It's okay if it's not perfect on that. Okay, I'm gonna start hitting it. Okay. Okay, go. Lift the tiller. Lift the engine. It wasn't too high enough. Yeah, lift it more, all the way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're good. There's just that engine. I hope that's okay.
What now? What do we do about this? We can't drive
to
for
fix it.
sure.
You did good. You did good. At least we have the tender figured out. Oh, it's going. Okay, go. Go down. Okay, cool. Stop. Okay, go all the way up. All the way up. Nothing? No. All right, for the next step, I need you to, no, you can't retract it without pulling the pin. Okay? So you can't do that. You gotta lower it down. Get it in, turn it so that it's in line, okay? Just, you want to turn it so that, do you know where it sits normally? You know which way the crane is pointed when it's in its resting position? Okay, so just turn it so that it's in the, so that it can go into its resting position. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, I'm not hitting it, I'm not doing this. How you think it's good. Okay, stop. Whatever you're doing. Okay, now go boom down so that it's down, but don't hit anything when you go down, okay? This one's not backwards. The only one's backwards is the green one. Okay? Boom down and yeah, the green right button, yeah. Okay, go. Until it comes all the way in. I'm gonna come up because
I think this is a good stopping point as we're absolutely exhausted from holding the dinghy in place for 2 hours as it swayed in the rolly anchorage. Part 2 will be next week where we discover why the new pump failed. Stay tuned and we will see you all next week.